So Mary is MUMLPK. Do you want to share with us about your organization?
Yeah. I was trying to unmute. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. I'm really, really honored to be with you, great ladies. Yes, as Debbie has said, my name is Mary Wanderi, and I'm from Kenya. I'm a mother with two beautiful daughters, and also two grandchildren. And I'm about to just tell you a little bit of me. And yes, I was born and raised in the slums here in Kenya. Mathare, it's the second largest slum, and it's really huge. My parents divorced when I was probably 6 years old. And my mother, as it is tradition here, moved with all of us to the slum. And she started her life there. It was very difficult for us because we came from a different setup. We came from a rural setup. So being in the slums was new and was very hard for all the eight of us. I am the second born, but also the firstborn girl. So at that point, I got involved with helping my mom raise up the other children because you are the girl, so you are the next mom. So I learned being a mom quite early. At the age of 8, probably I could cook and be left with the children and keep the house. And I really learned a lot from my mom in terms of mothering and in terms of keeping children. I also got enrolled in school, and we actually lacked a lot. So when you're in school and other children have things that you don't have, that you desire to have as a child, I actually got very affected, really, really very affected. And I started learning on how to take care of myself. I started learning on how to struggle very, very early, on how to survive. Surviving the slum is not easy. You will go through a lot of lack, as much as almost lacking food for the day. Things like shoes were a luxury, probably got one over Christmas or not. And a lot of things were a luxury. So I grew up and decided to change my life. I learned that from school and other children that is a better life out there. Don't forget that I had come from a different family and we hadn't left. My father had was not a poor man. He was very very wealthy. So I started desiring, how can I change my life? How can I be better? The only people that I would learn from were social workers that came to the slums to support children, to support other people. So I started learning from them and I started admiring their ways, coming to speak to us, to sort out our issues, to help us, sometimes to bring food when there is no food in the house, help the moms with school fees. I started learning from them and I started desiring to become a social worker. So right from that young age, I knew when I grow up, I want to become a social worker. I want to help children. I want to be there for children that need. Because I remember sometimes we'll just be alone in the house. Mom is not there. And what I'm calling house is really just a small makeshift something, dark and with nothing. And so they would come in, and sometimes there's no food, and you're worried, and they speak to you, and you feel comforted. So I started liking their way. I started liking what they do, and I knew that is what I will do when I grow up. So I started working very hard in school, trying as much as I can. And then I finally became a social worker. I went to school, I went to the university, studied social work, children's social worker. And I started working as a social worker. Uh, um, I started actually with children in the slums, and I did a lot of social work in different places, in different centers. My work was mainly just working with children. most likely children that have declared that the true ones that have been declared criminals. So I'd take them through the system and put them in a remand home or put them in children's shelters. And a lot of times that would be very hard for me because I would pick a child. Of course, my work mandates that I take that child to juvenile because maybe they have stolen from somebody or they were caught collecting food or they were just doing something that is legally not accepted. So, and now do my casework, go home and find the only reason this child was in the streets is because they were trying to get food for the family. The mom did not have anything, and especially when HIV came, and there were so many moms that were sick in beds. This mom is so sick in bed. She has other very little children that are waiting for this other child to bring food, the child that you picked. So the child did not come home last night. So there is no food. And I started feeling guilty. Like it's me to be blamed because this child did not bring food. I'm the one who arrested the child. So I started really disliking my job. I started not really liking the rain. And I felt like I needed to work more with the moms. And I started getting the idea, how can we help this mom? How can we work with the moms instead of taking their children away? How can we make moms better? And I bothered with that idea. Of course, like everybody else, afraid if I just get involved with this part of work, I will lose my job. This is my income. I have my own family. I'm a single mom, so I have my own children to take care of. So I started struggling with that. But eventually, that was motivated by something else, a story that I'll tell later. I really, really got interested and I started working, and that is how Living Positive was born. Um, I had learned a lot from my mom. I had learned that as a mother, with your children as the inspiration, you are able to do anything. Mothers are strong. Mothers are able to do things for their own children. So I had learned that power. And I knew the only reason that these mothers are not able to do things for their children, the only reason that their children are in the streets is because these mothers are sick. It's because these mothers are so vulnerable, they don't know what to do with their lives. They really like to be mothers. A lot of them just came to me as a children's social worker and asked, Mary, I'm very sick. I'm going to die. Can you please take my children to children's home? Can you please take care of my children? So they didn't wanted to live for their children, but they felt vulnerable. They didn't have anything else they could do. And I felt I wanted to be a part of the mother. I want to work with them. I wanted to put their hand and bring them on board and make them better mothers for their children. One, because I had learned from my mother, being a single mom with 8 children, with nothing in a different setup, she was able to raise all of us. And we all went to school. She started from a scratch. As being the motivation that she was working, she was able to work and take us. So with that at the back of my mind, I knew I can support the mothers. And if somebody just pulls their hand, they will be able to get better and they will be able to take care of their children. And that gave birth to the program, Living Positive Kenya. Yeah, so that's me. And that's what I am. And that is what I do today. So Living Positive was founded 17 years ago with the experience that I have just told you. I started the program. I wasn't sure exactly what do I want to do. But one day I went visiting, just checking up what's happening with mothers, I'm still deciding, do I really want to leave my professional job to do this? So I met one lady, and her name is Dorcas. Dorcas was very, very unwell, very unwell. She was sick. She was in bed. She had given birth to twins, two little babies, and she had other small babies. These were her third born children. The two of them, she had two other older children. So Dorcas was very, very sick. and she didn't have food in the house. Her children were very small to either go to the streets or to the dam sites to collect food. So she was so hungry and did not have breast milk to feed her children. And in that struggle, when I'm thinking, how do I form a program? Where do I get the funds to start a program? Her twins passed on. And that gave me the conviction I am needed here. These mothers need somebody to work with. And we put Dorcas in the program. We started taking care of her. We helped her go through the grief of her children. We put her in our program. And Dorcas went through all the phases of the program that we will talk about later. She went through all the phases of the program and she finished and became a tailor. She started her own business and started making clothes. And she built such a strong business. She employed other women and she started doing this and selling her clothes and helping other women and becoming very strong. She did her business for a very long time. Unfortunately, Dorcas passed on. But even so, by the time she passed on, Dorcas had already a viable business that her children are learning today. She had already bought home for her other children, and her children are very happy. They now are not needy. They don't live in the slums. They have a home, a beautiful home, and a business that came from their mother. And that is resilience. That is strength from women. For a woman who was very sick, she actually was just battling cancer, and she also had HIV, which is very strong. And still with it, she was able to go through the program and to build her business. So this conviction told me that I need to be hang on. I need to leave what I'm doing. It doesn't matter whether I lose my salary, but I need to leave for these ladies. They need somebody to work with. They need somebody, and I showed that to lean on. So I became completely with the Living Positive. I founded the program. The vision of the program is giving life a new hope. For me, because the lives are there. The lives are there. What they had lacked by the time they were asking whether somebody can hold on to their children while they die is the hope. And what they needed is hope. And I think that is all we need as mothers. Hope. Hope for tomorrow, hope for our children, hope for a better tomorrow. So hope is what they needed. So I did my vision as giving life a new hope. Any hope that I meet in this life that is giving up, maybe because of poverty, too much poverty, or maybe disease, needs a hope. And it's that hope that the program is creating. Our mission is to strengthen, is to work with women that are vulnerable and to give them help and to make sure that they are economically stable. So we work on that. And to do that, we roll out 3 pillars. Living Positive has only 3 pillars that me and my friends, Hydrock, and everybody that works with us helped us come with the 3 pillars. One which is called HIV interventions. The interventions program is where we just look at women. What do you want? How do you want to live your life? And create the hope. And just tell you it is possible, but the strength will come from you. It is you who will decide how you want to live your life. It is you who will decide. All we can model is the fact that it is possible. Other women have done it. They've come from very difficult situations. They've come from very desperate situations, and they have made it. And we give you 6 months to work with us, to get shoulders to lean on, to get a community to belong, and to live in, and just to be. And at the end of the 6 months, you decide whether you want to be in the program. And at those 6 months, you are already cancelled. We've already sorted out your cases. Is the children that need to go to school? Is it a housing problem? Is it a business problem? Is it skills that are required? And we decide where you belong. And after that, we give you another 6 months of a program called WIP. That's our second pillar. WIP means Women Economic Empowerment Program. At the WIP program, you run many different skills. We do so many skills. We're learning from tailoring, from crafts, from whatever, modeling, and whatever. We invite people from all over. We have international friends who come, and whatever skill you have that can teach a woman how to use their hands to make money, it is embraced. So you learn as many different skills, and at the end of that, we find out which skill did you like among the many that you learned, and we start teaching you that skill as a business. So you learn your skill, you learn it as a business, you learn how to do business as a mother, how to carry yourself as a business person, how to love yourself, how to love your business, how to give it time, how to grow it. So you learn all that, how to do microfinance with other women. You do microfinance in a group, and also how to belong to a family of women who want to change their situations, of women who want to grow, of women who want to be wonderful mothers. So you go through the program. At the end of it, we also give you a microfinance, a group to belong with, where they pull money together and we get a startup capital in the microfinance. We put it and the women can learn that program. In that, they'll be able to stay together. Even when they leave the program, they will stay together. They'll be able to do business together. They'll be able to be friends and to be mothers together. So we do that. And if we are sure that this lady is now a businesswoman, she is healthy, her children are all enrolled in school, and she's a mother, we exit you. We put you in a group of support system where you can live with the other women. So that's how the WE program works. And besides, we also have our third pillar, which is the OVC program, vulnerable orphans and vulnerable children. This program will realize you cannot work with mothers if you're not addressing issues of children, because you know mothers are about children. There will always be a mother, a child around a mother. So we started working with the children. We started a program that we call Salama. Salama is a Swahili word meaning safe. So we started a safe place for children where they can stay during the day. Because what we realize is, as the mothers come to class, as the mothers come to spend the day with us, their children around them, their babies are strapped on their backs, the babies are everywhere. So we thought if we hold on to the baby, the mother will be able to focus on herself. So we created the Salama space where the children go. Today there's 120 children below the age of 9, between 9 and 3 years, that hang around there every day. They have meals, they have wonderful teachers that take care of them. They have people taking care of them, and they spend the day there, and their meals, those that need medications are taken care of. Those that just need teachers to be in class, and we get support for them. We get sponsors, and the children can stay there. However, as they leave us, as they exit after the 9 years, we get sponsors for them, which is the second activity in the OVC program. We get sponsors for them that support them, that support the children to go to school. So that is how Living Positive works. We've been there for 17 years, just doing that and just doing our work. A lot of challenges have come up in it. There has been a lot of challenges because it's a women's program. It is working for the women that live in the slum. And the numbers are so huge. There's so many women needing people out there. We've had so many people come, hang out with them. Brooke is always bringing teams to us, and they come hang out with them, encourage them, just love on them, just give them the shoulder, give them the listening. And that is actually sometimes you don't realize that being heard is a challenge, that just wanting somebody to listen to you and to love you is a challenge. And we have seen it making work very easy for us, very, very easy for us. So thank you for those that have come to be with us. Thank you, Brooke, and all the teams. We have also had to do a number of other things for them, and especially around this time. Kenya is just going through floods, and a lot of our women have lost their businesses. They have lost their homes. They have lost their properties, and that's a real concern. It has pulled us back recently, and that is what we are working on. Just trying to encourage the mothers that it is okay, they can move on, creating the hope. The hope is still there. You just need to hang out. It's just a little hit in life, and soon you'll go through it. So we are needing support, a lot of support in that one too, because people have nothing. They have no beddings, they have no utensils. The children are going back to school next week. They have lost their children books and all that. So that is a challenge that we are currently facing. Uh, we are always getting new groups coming to us. We have a new group that is coming, that is forming their microfinance. And for us, the microfinances are very, very important because with the microfinance, one, besides also being a support system for their business, is a way of the women being together, just being together, just moving forward together, challenging each other into their businesses, challenging each other into the growth of their businesses. So we desire a lot to just help the businesses grow, help the businesses get better, help the businesses just, yeah, stay afloat. So we really like when they are running their own microfinances, and we need support into starting those microfinances for the women. And yeah, I would like to help me add a few things. While I take a cup of tea, I am glad to be given the opportunity.
Oh my gosh, well, Mary, that was amazing. Let's do some jazz hands. Yes, we'll